Mr. Roberto Zangrandi, Secretary General EDSO for Smart Grids. Mr. Zangrandi, what are key responsibilities and tasks of your organization?
Well, my organization is, since 12 years now, gathering the largest distribution system operators in Europe. So, what does it mean? We have got the national champions in national distribution. It means the former distribution monopolies and things like that. But you shouldn't confuse this. So the dimension of our members is the highest one, but is not really affecting the point. So the point is for smart grids. So the association was born to promote and to implement the concept of smart grids. So intelligent grids for an intelligent and better future of the grids, and to deliver a better service to the citizens. So enabling all the progress that has been done over the past 12 years in the distribution of energy and in the concept of energy. So the passage from simple consumer to prosumer, and now the gigantic inflow of renewable sources of energy that are distributed on the territory. Just to quote a percentage, we are over 80% of the renewables that are produced are distributed through the distribution network. So this is the scope of the association. Don't forget, distribution system operators are entrepreneurs and are industrialists. Many times you tend to forget that electricity is an industry, and you think that electricity is just distributing a commodity, which is electric power.
And how would you describe the role of EDSO and the grid's role in the current energy crisis?
Well, it's capital and crucial. An efficient energy grid can optimize the use of energy and can help to educate the citizen to go for an efficient use of the electric power which is distributed. We have got a big responsibility. Also along with the retailers of energy, and on the other side with the policymakers. So we are the ring in the middle of the chain between the production of energy and the consumer, and vice versa. And in this role, we must encourage the consumer to be wise in the consumption, but also to be bold, courageous in becoming a more responsible consumer.
Okay, and in Poland we have a huge problem with the insufficient development of the distribution network and the poor technical condition of existing infrastructure. This is something that slows down the development of renewable energy sources. And now in Poland, also in Rzeszów, we have a huge dilemma. How to finance the development of the grid without the public aid, because sometimes it's illegal in the European Union, and without passing on investment costs to energy consumers. What's your solution?
Well, if I had a solution, I wouldn't be here delivering interviews. I mean, no, it's just a joke, of course. No, we do not have a magic solution for that. And the situation of the grid in Poland is not a unique situation in Europe. You just go to the other side of Europe, the same problem applies, for instance, to the Netherlands, where you have got difficulties in augmenting the availability of locally generated renewable energy because it simply doesn't get into the grid. It's the same to some extent in some regions of Italy, it's the same in some regions of Spain. It's almost the same all over Europe in different proportion. There is only one solution, is enabling the distribution system operators to invest in the development of their grids. So my organization, along with Euroelectric and a prime consulting organization, which is Deloitte, published 2 years ago a study where we stated that the distribution system operators needed somewhere between 375 and 425 billion euro to modernize their grids and to bring it at a level suitable to accommodate all the renewables that will be put into the grid in the next 10 years.
How the government should support, in which ways, the grid operators?
Well, that is a matter of policy. That is a matter of policy which is a two-way policy. The first one is an orientation that must be taken and encouraged centrally by the European Union. And I use the European Union and not European Commission for a simple reason that it must be the member states that together orientate and draw a guideline for this purpose on one side. On the other side, there is a big responsibility of the national regulatory authorities, because you know that the electric market is strictly regulated. And these NRAs that are still 27 in Europe, there is still one regulatory authority for each country, should converge into a stronger cooperation with the distribution system operators in order to find the best way to set the regulation so that can develop the grid and encourage the investments. This, as said, is only a part of the solution, because you need money to invest there. The big distributors have got money to invest, but at national or European level, means must be found in order to help the dynamic of investing. It means not always in a restricted way, but for instance, trying to imagine something that can be collaboratively planned and financed by the governments or whatever. For sure, the current crisis shows us that A, the renewables are crucial. B, an efficient grid is the basis to use until the last kilowatt hour the energy that is locally produced.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.